Ooh. 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 Yes, I was singing the whole time. Did I fool y'all?
No, my dad literally texted me. He was like, "Is that you singing?" And I got scared for a second. I was like, "Was I? Did they hear me?"
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
We are missing one girl today.
Can you guess who's missing? I don't know why I asked that, as if like people can respond. I mean, I guess you can. But...
Yeah, call us in at 714-516-6187 to tell us what film stud girl you think is missing.
Yeah, and if you get it right, you get a prize.
Yes. Oh, should we close the curtains? I feel exposed.
No, everyone should see us.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, hi everybody. Oh no, one second.
Oh no.
There we go.
There you go.
Thank you. Welcome back.
Happy finals week. Finals week is upon us.
Oh gosh, don't remind me. Cut the cameras.
Yeah.
So, I need to take my glasses off for this. Okay, so welcome back. Yeah, like we said, we have one girl missing. If you didn't guess it already, the time has passed. Isabella's missing today.
Yeah, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yeah.
She's going to see John Mulaney, so
Oh yeah.
I guess it's understandable.
Yeah, I guess. There was a boo, like boo. Oh, this one. There we go. One fart.
But it's okay, like it's fine.
Okay. I guess it's okay.
Oh my god, Hannah's listening. Hi Hannah, and she guessed correct. It is Isabella that's missing. You'll get a prize. I don't know what that prize is gonna be.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
But in other news, we actually have some good news. If you didn't know, we are now an award-winning podcast or radio show.
Yeah.
Isn't that so exciting? Hunter, tell them.
Did you just call me Isabella?
I said I didn't complete it.
Uh-huh. So,
Continue.
the Chapman Radio Awards were last night. None of us went.
I honestly
I was
forgot.
ill. So yeah, but apparently, allegedly, we won Best Show Revival.
Yeah, I
So
voted for us.
thanks to everyone who voted.
I was the one who added that.
If y'all voted for us, shout out to you, because now we can say that we're award-winning, and I think that's pretty fancy.
Yeah, thank you everyone who participated. I was gonna post on the Instagram about it, but then I honestly forgot. Like I said, it's one of those days. Like literally, I forgot so many things yesterday at work. I forgot there was a little tea party, and I'm sad I didn't go. But I was also in class, so I couldn't go. Sorry,
that's fair.
I need to get my water because I'm thirsty. So BRB.
Okay, I'll chat. So what's new? What's new? Well, okay, the topic that we picked to talk about this week is something that we actually recently talked about in one of our film classes, the one that we're all in together, and it's reality TV. You might be thinking, what's so cinematic about reality TV? What's worth talking about? And actually, when you look at it, or when you actually think about it for a little bit, there's a lot to talk about reality TV. Like, I feel like it's actually really complex. And even when we were talking about it, because it was in our screen violence class, and so it's like the violence of reality TV, and there's even so many layers just in that of like how contestants are treated, how like fans react, like, you know, fandoms with reality TV can get pretty violent.
Yep.
Like conditions, working conditions, like even just the content itself, depending on the show, can get super violent. And like, yeah, so I think there's a lot to unpack there, but also at the same time, reality TV, at least for me, and probably for you too, Angelique, it's just fun. Like, reality TV for me, a lot of the times, is just like something that I can turn my brain off and just watch without any, like, I don't need to think about it.
Oh yeah.
I can, yeah, I don't know. It's also like, I feel like I've talked about this before, but the concept of guilty pleasures, like, I don't like people calling things guilty pleasures, because I'm like, if you like it, don't be guilty about it. Like, what's so bad about reality TV? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's bad about reality TV, but if you like it, own up to it. Like, who cares?
Yeah, own up to it, or I bully you into owning up to it.
Yeah. Get over yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't like reality TV, you can call us at 714-516-6187.
We're trying to fight someone tonight.
We're trying to debate. Did I mention I was the speech and debate president in high school?
Oh no. I too had a brief stint in speech and debate. I was in middle school though.
Oh.
I think I was pretty good at it though.
You weren't in high school though, like I was.
Look, I had a complicated high school career.
I mean, I say I was speech and debate president, but I only did speeches, so.
Oh, okay. So you're talking a big game.
Well, speech and
Yeah,
debate.
yeah,
So
yeah,
speech
yeah,
comes
yeah,
first.
Okay.
So I gave a lot of speeches. If we want to go down that rabbit hole, I did one debate in freshman year, but it was like, what?
Did you win?
I don't remember. It was literally, I think it was by like celebrity endorsement, and I was a little freshman who did not know what that meant. I was like, I don't know.
Fair.
Literally, I remember what I talked about. I was like, Kim Kardashian?
Kim Kardashian?
Oh my gosh,
LOL.
connects to our topic. Yeah, I was like, Kim Kardashian, she has a video game. Like, who? Like, I think I played the app, not the video game, but like the app game. But
I too was a fan of that.
so I think I talked about that. I was like, yeah, I think I also talked about like I had a Hannah Montana perfume, and I'm like, yeah, I remember I got a Hannah Montana perfume just because Hannah Montana was on it.
I love Hannah Montana.
But I remember I did a little tap to the podium. I was like, like after I was like,
Okay.
yeah. I was a really shy freshman because like, side tangent, like at my high school for a speech and debate thing, it was like, I forgot what it was called, but it was like a showcase where like people would give speeches, people would give like we do debates. It was like all more fun, and just like parents would come or like your peers would come just to watch you like do a little speechy speech. I did impromptu speaking too, so.
I could never do that.
That was like what I started with was impromptu speaking. I wasn't good, but I remember the first time I did it. I think the people scored me higher because I was so nervous. I was on the verge of tears, and I was talking about like friendship. So I think it just like made the overall speech more impactful. So yeah.
I love that.
How about that? But anyway, reality TV. So yeah, I did my presentation that week on reality television. Kind of about like there's this concept called Schadenfreude, and basically it's like a German word about the pleasure of viewing others' pain. Like,
Yeah.
so.
Very interesting concept, especially when it comes to reality, because there's a whole other layer of like, these are real people you're watching. Like, sure, some of the narratives are, made up. A lot of it is actually scripted. Like, my roommate, Sydney, like, that's what she wants to go into. She wants to go into producing reality TV. So it's funny, like, I'll be watching reality TV, and she'll come in and she'll be like, I was watching Selling Sunset the other day, and she literally was breaking down, like, the structure of a scene, and like, oh yeah, these are all of the beats that they have to hit, like, in the script that they write for the show. And it was so interesting, actually, because she was like, yeah, so this is when they're going to cue the music in, and this is when they're going to, like, have the waiter come by at the table to break up the tense conversation, and this is when they're going to do this. Like, you would never think that there's so much thought that goes into something that's supposed to be unscripted.
Wait, what's Selling Sunset?
You don't know?
Mm-mm.
Oh, girl. Selling Sunset is a Netflix reality TV show, and they just came out with the 4th season, and basically it's about this real estate brokerage in LA, and it's run by these two, like, like middle-aged bald men, and they have, like, I think it's, like, 8 or something, like, really hot women, like, as their real estate agents, so it's, like, all these gorgeous women, like, selling these $1 million homes to, like, celebrities and just, like, really rich dudes, and, like, it's so crazy. And a critique of this season that literally just came out was that it was too much about the drama and not enough about the houses, actually, which I agree, because, like, I think it's actually really interesting, like, all the houses and all of the, like, lingo and all the stuff that it takes to sell a house. I think that was really interesting, and that's what got me into it, honestly. And, like, and it's also kind of nice, like, these women who they do talk about kind of in the earlier seasons, like, because people look at them and they're just like, oh, you guys are just hot, like, you have nothing of substance, but, like, being a real estate agent is hard.
My dad
like,
says you sound far from the mic. I'm gonna put your.
Oh, hey.
Also, wait, I'm sorry. I'm about to cry. Like, so, this is a side tangent.
Okay.
So my roommate Leanne just developed photos.
Hi, Leanne.
And there's a picture of me and Stanley before he passed away. My dog.
Oh, that is so cute.
I'm like,
You should post those on our Instagram.
I should. Why do
For
I
reference.
I look so pale.
It's probably just the film.
Yeah.
I feel like that happens.
Mm-hmm. But
That's so cute.
no, yeah, I'm about to cry because his anniversary of his death was yesterday. So.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
Now I'm gonna cry.
That was a side tangent. Sorry, I was about to cry. I didn't want to cry in the middle
Emotional.
of your speech. Sorry. But I think I assumed Selling Sunset was like, oh, Sunset Boulevard. Like,
Yeah, it's
that
like
vibe.
LA, like fancy. It's so good though. But they only have 10 episodes in a season, and the episodes are like 25 minutes long. So I think I
Oh.
watched it in like 2 days.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, well, I think we could start out with our favorite reality TV shows. Because Selling Sunset is probably one of yours.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first? Because we all know my favorite reality television show.
Well, I mean, I guess I'll keep talking.
If you want.
I also love Love Island.
Oh,
And that's what
yeah.
we talked about in our class. Like, we had to watch Love Island. I mean, Love Island is just, it's just so bad.
Love Island? Or
Love Island.
Love
It's
Island?
so bad. Like, it's just so trashy.
You want to explain the concept of Love Island for our listeners?
So the concept of Love Island is, I think, like, it started in the UK, and they have different versions now, but the UK one is definitely the best. Don't watch, like, the US one. Don't waste your time. But the UK version, it's basically, they'll get, like, an even number of guys and girls, and they all go to some island, like, and they stay in a villa together, and basically you're supposed to couple up, like, from the beginning. Either the girls pick the guys or the guys pick the girls. And basically the objective is to, like, find love. It's supposed to be all people who are really bad at relationships and, like...
Oh, I get it. Love Island.
Yeah. And so basically you're supposed to, like, couple up and, you know, find out what love really is and develop a healthy relationship. But of course, like, if you're gonna get all these, like, kind of dumb, like, 20-something people in a villa together, there's gonna be so much drama. And of course, like, you're never gonna stay with who you're coupled up with for the whole time. Like, you're gonna want to, I don't know, start, like, sleeping around. Like, the hormones are high. And, like,
You don't have any social media with you, right?
yeah, they don't.
cut off from
they
the
give
outside
them
world.
like phones that only can get texts from, like, the producers or something, you know. And, like, it's just so funny because from a United States perspective, just, like, the accents are hilarious, and, like, the things that they say are so funny. Like, there's this whole, like, Love Island lingo that is hilarious. And, like, you know, whenever they get a text, they're like, I've got a text, and they freak out. And, like,
Yeah, I watched, for my presentation, I watched, like, the first 2 episodes of season 1 of Love Island UK. And I love when, like, my bud.
oh yeah, like, oh, he's so fit, like, it's just
Yeah,
so
I think,
funny.
like, one of the competitions they did was, like, rating the guys, like, who has the biggest muscles?
Oh my god,
has-
like, it's so bad. Like, it's really just reinforcing, like, gender stereotypes and, like,
Ultimate straight.
no, literally, it's, like, so heteronormative and so, like,
It's
toxic masculinity and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, sometimes you just gotta laugh.
It's like it's hate watching.
It is, like, it doesn't make me feel good to watch it, but, like, I like watching it.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much of Love Island. I watched, like I said, I watched season 1, episode 1 and 2. Also, like, I remember wanting to watch a full season for my presentation, but then I realized, like, they're, like, 30 episodes a season.
Oh my god,
An
yeah.
hour long. And I'm like, that's 30 hours.
No, again, my roommate Sydney and I think we started watching a season of Love Island together when we moved in together. So, like, summer of 2020, and we have not finished it. I think we have, like, 10 episodes left. There's
Damn.
50 episodes in the season.
Yeah, it's like,
Well, because when it airs every day.
oh, so
Yeah.
it's like a Big Brother vibes.
Yeah, like, it airs every day, and then I think Saturday they do, like, a recap episode.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's
so you're
insane.
like, it's like there's like not a lot of editing.
No, I mean, there is and, like, there isn't. I honestly don't know how that works. Like,
Yeah,
the
when you think about it, like,
distribution side of it,
50
but
episodes, that's 50 hours, and there's 24 hours in a day. So it's like
it's insane. Like,
48 hours of nonstop footage. If like, but clearly they're there for more than 48 hours. So
it's so crazy. I mean, I recommend if you're bored and you just want to, like... Also, there's a whole thing with reality TV that a lot of people talk about, or maybe not even talk about, but don't really notice, is, like, a lot of the times with these shows, you watch them to feel better about yourself. Like, as bad as that sounds, you know, you watch these people that, like, are so hopeless in, like, relationships and hopeless at love and just, like, clearly don't have a great sense of self or whatever, and you might see them as dumb or, like, something. So it kind of makes you feel better about yourself. It's like, whatever I'm going through, maybe it isn't that bad compared to that.
Very true.
Which it sounds bad, and I think that's why a lot of people see reality TV as a guilty pleasure, because it's like, I shouldn't take pleasure in that and in feeling like I'm superior to these people, because you're probably not, but, like, it makes you feel like you are.
Sorry, I'm fixing my mic. Can y'all hear that?
Can they not hear you?
No, I meant, like, they can hear me, like...
Oh, yeah, I can hear that. A little ASMR for your evening. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I don't know a lot about Love Island, but I would definitely... I think I started watching, like, one episode, and I got kind of into it. It was, like, the most recent season, but then I didn't finish it, obviously. But... Y'all want to know my favorite reality TV show?
I bet you can't guess.
Bet you can't guess. Let's do a... Where is it?
You could do like a... Oh, yeah.
My favorite reality TV show is... Hell's Kitchen.
Oh! Girl, what?
I'm kidding. My actual favorite reality TV show is... Survivor.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, everyone knows this already. Literally, I got roasted about this in my history TV class today.
Wait, really?
Yeah, Isabella and our lovely friend Dylan were we had to do an assignment where we had to, like, document, like, just, like, document, like, oh, what TV did we watch this week? Of course, I watched only Survivor. And they're like, Dylan's like, oh, Angelique, you like Survivor? I didn't know that. Did you watch all 40 seasons? Because I have mentioned at every
possible moment.
Every possible moment that I can that I've seen all 40 seasons of Survivor.
I mean, that's, like, a big thing. If I did something that big, I would probably mention it a lot.
It's a flex.
It is a flex.
Like, I deserve to...
You deserve to flex.
I deserve to flex. It took over a year to complete it. So, was it over a year? Yeah, it was over a year. I started watching Survivor, like, 2020 vibes, like summer 2020
vibes.
When we weren't doing anything. But I switched back and forth from, like, Survivor to The Amazing Race. Liked Survivor a lot more, obviously. Well, if you don't know what let me go, if you're a person who does not know me and has never seen a Survivor episode, because if you just know me, you know what Survivor is about.
Yeah.
But Survivor is basically, a whole bunch of contestants or players are on an island. Not like Love Island, though. It's basically like an actual island where, like, like a deserted island. I mean, usually they will change. In the earlier seasons, they've changed locations. For example, like, they were in China one season. They've been in, like, the Australian outback one season. But in the most recent seasons, it's always been Fiji, which is an actual island, so beach vibes, But gross vibes too. Gross vibes too, because, like, you're literally, like, you're dirty.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you have to, like, scrounge for all your resources, like, pretty much.
It's like 39 days, 15 people, or 20 people, 1 survivor. So the whole concept is that you're surviving, but also you're playing, like you're doing challenges, like, literally. What are you writing down?
I'm writing Filmstar girls are the best girls.
Thank
gorgeous,
you.
Gorgeous girls of the Filmstar girls.
I thought you were, like, writing notes about, like, what I'm writing about.
Yeah.
Saying. I'm like, okay.
I'm actually doing a profile on you.
I'm like, damn. But anyways, basically, like, it's like you're actually not eating for a lot of Survivor. People lose so much weight. Mm-hmm. So you could say that's pretty violent. Like, literally, people are putting their bodies at so much, like...
Yeah. Well, because also they do, like, really physical challenges.
Exactly.
And, like,
so you're doing
like, that without the sustenance.
Yeah, you're, like... Not only are you surviving off very little, like, water and food. I mean, probably a lot more water than food.
Yeah.
But, but you're also doing like super physical challenges, like, you know, you typically like, oh, I can maybe run a mile, but I have a full like meal in me, and I'm like, oh, good, but like probably if I had like no food, I probably could run like a few feet and be like, I can't.
Yeah. I could never be on Survivor. I know I used to, my dad and I used to watch Survivor a lot together, and I would always think like, oh, could I make it in this situation? And I'm too weak. I'm not built like that. I could never. Like, I don't even think I would attempt to try. It just sounds like something I would never want to do.
I want to.
Yeah, and I think you should.
I think it'd be so fun.
I think you should apply.
I feel like Kelly would be very disappointed in me, our professor.
I feel like low key she would like it. She would watch.
She would still watch it. She'd be like,
How can you not watch?
She would hate watch it. I always say if I was on Survivor, I'd probably try to be like really mean, like
the villain.
I try to be the villain because villains always have more fun, I think. Anyway, but I was talking about Survivor. So basically, the whole concept of Survivor, you want to be the sole survivor because every episode you vote people off.
That sounds like you kill everyone.
Exactly. I mean, technically you are killing people off, but like just, you're voting them out.
Metaphorically.
Metaphorically, you are killing people in the game, as in like you vote them out. And it's like secret vote. So like, you know, you go in, cast your vote, like, oh, I want this person out. And then like Jeff, the host of the show, Jeff Probst, will read the names out. Whoever gets the most votes, they will get eliminated or voted off. It gets really intense sometimes though. The newest season is really good. I think the newest season, they're doing a lot very creative. It's very unique when it comes to production. It's a lot more like, this is like, I was talking about it with Cynthia, my roommate, because I'm like, I got like chills at some points because the production was so good.
That's so interesting.
Because basically they changed it around where it's like, I talked about this in my presentation, but I think Survivor, it's been on for, if you didn't know, it's been on for like, there's 40 seasons like I mentioned, but it's been on for 20 years. So it's been on since we were like 2000, since we were born. So we are like the same age as Survivor.
Oh,
I mean, you're probably older than Survivor.
I'll do some research.
I mean, it came out like summer of 2000.
Yeah, so I am older than Survivor.
Survivor's a little bit older than me. So, or no, I'm a little bit older as Survivor. Never mind.
Oh, true. Yeah, May 31st, 2000.
So yeah, Gemini.
She's a Gemini. She would be a Gemini.
Yeah, two-faced.
Oh. Woof.
But, yeah, if you want to know my favorite seasons, Heroes vs. Villains is a good one. That's a top one, but I guess you will enjoy it more because it's like a returning player season.
Yeah.
So
I remember when I was watching like regularly with my dad, those were always really fun. Like all the returning people.
Mm-hmm. I always think returning player seasons tend to be better because people who played the game, and there's really a lot more into it. I feel like even if you haven't seen a season, like seeing those seasons will like get you really into it because these are people who like really know the game. Well, like some seasons when you have like all newbies could like be hit or miss.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll be really bad, sometimes they'll be really good. But like Survivor at times could be really bad, really good. I'm like I said, I'm weirdly obsessed with it. I like watched videos about the eras of Survivor. I watched videos like top 10 blind sides, but I
like Watch Mojo videos.
Yeah, no. I always watch this one guy called Pentagram.
Ooh.
And he talks all about it. But literally, it's like I have such a bad obsession where like if you mention like, oh, I've seen some Survivor, I forgot which one, describe it to me and I can tell you what season it was. It's like really bad.
No, own it. Be proud of it.
Be very. Also, sorry, I just remember some other good news. Some other big news. Our academic journal that we wrote.
We wrote the whole thing. That we are featured in. We are published. The three of us each have things published in it.
Yeah. So we're also published. The reason why I remember because in my bio I put Angelique has watched all 40 seasons of Survivor, and I actually when I wrote that I did not watch all 40 seasons yet. But I was like,
so she was talking a big game.
Yeah, but also it was like I knew this was going to be published like we wrote this like our junior year.
Yeah.
Or like
last semester.
Yeah. And I was like on season 38, 39, and I'm like, by the time this comes out, I'll have watched all 40 seasons. So.
That's so exciting. But yeah, if you didn't know, sorry, this was so random, but a great point to bring up because we should advertise ourselves. The three of us were part of a fun team of students last semester with Kelly, who we talk about a lot. So y'all know Kelly. She was like the academic advisor, like faculty advisor. And basically she was reached out to craft a special issue for a really important film studies journal. And so she asked a bunch of us to be a part of it and to be student editors. And basically we like came up with the theme. We made the call for submissions. We read all of the submissions, picked which ones we liked, edited them, like all of that. And then a couple of us even got to do our own articles, like our own little featurettes. Angelique and I got to do interviews. Isabella did a review. And like a bunch of our other friends did book reviews and movie reviews and all of that stuff. And yeah, we just got the email, was it like yesterday or 2 days ago or something, that it came out. And I think it's on the line right now, and I think they're like sending us copies.
But I think there is a paywall right now.
Yeah, so I mean,
if
could
pay,
support
EBSCO,
the arts, but
yeah, pay us money. We
definitely don't get any of this money. But if you want to, if you're interested in reading, I mean, I would highly recommend. Angelique did an interview with Bong Joon-ho, so I think
Hunter did an interview with Damon Lindelof, which was the showrunner or writer of Lost. Yeah.
Yes.
Both.
Like both. Yeah. Creator, writer,
both.
Showrunner. Yeah. So if y'all want to check that out, you can like DM us on Instagram at FilmStudGorals.
Yeah, we'll give you the link.
We'll hit you up with that link.
Yeah, you can now cite us, which is weird.
Yeah.
You can cite us on an academic journal. I mean, with us, you'd probably be citing Mr. Bong or Mr. Lindelof, but
yeah. Also, in my bio, I think I wrote something like,
you can listen. You listen to true crime podcasts.
Yeah, and then I was like, if you can't find Hunter, she's probably crying at Taylor Swift or like something like that.
I remember that. We wrote ours together and we were like being really quirky about it.
Silly, goofy mood. And I read other people's bios and they were not as silly.
Yeah, shout out to our the graduate advisor Amber. She like totally advocated for us to be like silly, goofy in ours.
She really did.
Yeah.
But
miss that girl.
I know. Miss that girl.
Miss that girl. She's an honorary girl.
So true.
I wonder how she's doing. Amber, if
you're listening.
I miss you. I want to hang out with you. I mean, you're like you are like an adult with like a life of your own, but I would love to hang out with you.
But yeah, if you're interested at all in reading our published work, I just think that's so fancy of us.
Yeah, we're going to get hard copies soon.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, it's just so cool that we got to have that opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Parents, if you're listening, that's your Christmas present. Just kidding.
Wait, literally. Just wrap a bow around it and be like, hey.
Oh, no, they're not going to get my book.
Just
they're just gonna
the
see
fact
it.
that they know you.
They know, these like they can see it.
I'll hold it up at a distance.
Well, also like, I don't like, my parents are divorced. I can't just give them collectively. I would have to choose.
Oh, you're right. You split it in half.
Just like rip it in half.
Yeah.
You get half, or like every other week I'm like, okay, you get the book one week, you get the book the next week.
Yeah. That's so fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just a little flex about our lives.
Hell yeah. But yeah. Anyways, reality TV.
I know. I'm trying to think like what other reality TV do I like.
I was talking about The Amazing Race. The Amazing Race is my first like obsession of reality TV. I think. Well, here's my like my conversation, or like here's what I'm trying. So growing up, I loved The Amazing Race. So if you don't know what The Amazing Race is, it's a reality competition show. Along the same lines. Like it's like I think it could gain the same popularity of Survivor, but I say that because a lot of Survivor contestants have been on The Amazing Race. Like they've gone on either like they've been on Survivor first and then go on The Amazing Race, or they're on The Amazing Race first, then go on Survivor. Usually it's like the other way. It's like it's mostly Survivor going to Amazing Race rather than Amazing Race going to Survivor. Yeah, but basically The Amazing Race is like you and a team. They're basically like 10 teams of 2. And the two teams these teams of 2 can be like family members, your best friend. It could be like your significant other, just a family member, your aunt, your buddy, your bestie, your hater. People have gone with their exes. So
wait, really?
Or like, they're trying to mend their relationship.
Why would you go on The Amazing Race if you're trying to mend your relationship?
That sounds awful.
They probably just want to be on TV, and they're like, oh,
That's
like,
true.
and
The
then
drama.
and then the producers are like,
Definitely.
definitely.
Yeah.
That's
actually smart.
So
Okay, good for them.
yeah, so they're on a race around the world and have to do like tasks and stuff. So it's like, but
it's so cool.
It's
I
so
love
fun.
The Amazing Race.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to share, but
my dad and my uncle have auditioned to be on The Amazing Race.
Yeah, I remember that.
Clearly, they did not get onto it.
Big.
But they're like big Amazing Race. I mean, I don't know about it anymore, but like they were really big Amazing Race fans, and I remember. I'm pretty sure they auditioned, or maybe they just talked about it. I'm pretty sure they did.
Is it bad? I remember you told me about their audition tape, and I remember what it was.
I don't remember at all.
Basically, you told me that like their story was that because wasn't like, yeah, your uncle and your dad were like best friends, and that's how he met.
Yeah, because my uncle is my mom's brother.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were college buddies.
And then your mom came in the picture.
Yeah. Francesca came in the picture.
Yeah, Francesca came in the picture, and now. Happily ever after. And then Hunter.
Yeah, now I'm here. So maybe I should just go on The Amazing Race.
Yeah. That could be your story. Like, my dad and my uncle auditioned. And you didn't let them on. So now I have to be on it. Carry the legacy.
I think I would go on The Amazing Race. I think part of it would scare me because some of the things that they have to do are scary.
Who would you go with? That's like one question I want to ask. Like, who would you go with on The Amazing Race? I would probably go with my dad.
Yeah, I feel like...
But my reasoning
Who would I go with?
The reasoning for my dad is that because because I know he's listening. I'm pretty sure he's listening. So one big reason why I would go with my dad is because my dad knows Spanish.
That is so fair.
And if we go to any Spanish-speaking country, he could speak Spanish, and I can speak a little bit of French and stuff like that. And also, he's like my dad's really fit. Super
I'm trying to
active.
think of like who do I know that's like fit, is good in like pressure situations, like because I feel like I would be the weak link of whatever team I'd be on. Like
I feel like this is like sorry, Dad. I feel like my dad and I would fight a lot though, but like only
that too. Like you have to go with someone that you can really get along with because the situations you get put in are so intense. Like I don't know. I think I would fight with everyone.
Yeah, I feel like I would get like frustrated with my dad because literally so I have a new phone. I mean, literally my dad's really sweet, but I was just going through like a really rough, like I'm just always stressed, so I was like snappy, and my dad's like, I'm just trying to help, and I'm like, Dad, I get it, like, so I get a little snappy, but also what else?
Now I'm really
I feel like my
this.
dad, because like me and my dad have like we always need to go to the bathroom, so we probably be like, I need to go to the bathroom because I think
you get last place every time because you have to pee.
No, literally, like I think that happened to one team. Like one team, like I need to go to the bathroom before checking in, and then they got at
that point you either hold it or you just let it out while you're running.
I think literally I would. I think I saw something where some people
wear a diaper.
Some people literally like when they were on a taxi ride, they didn't want to pull over to pee. That they like peed in bags.
In the taxi.
And peed in bags.
Oh.
In the taxi to make sure it was like the final leg of the race too.
That's the thing too. Like whoever you go with, you have to have no humility. Like, because you're gonna get in situations, they're gonna see the real you.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you're in like, because like sometimes like when you're in a new place, like especially in the Amazing Race, it's like because usually like. In the Amazing Race, it usually consists of like, they usually go to at least one European country, usually one country in each
continent.
I'm so tired.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
That I got into a debate last night. How many continents are there?
Oh gosh, I can't think of that right now, but there's North America, South America, Oceania. That's like Australia and like.
Basically, the question is just like, do you count North America and South America as separate continents
or
as
the
America?
Americas? The Americas?
Yeah, like, do you count it as one continent or no?
No. Do you?
Okay, no.
Okay. Who's that?
It was a big debate. Arnie counts it as one continent.
Arnie.
And like,
Arnie, that deserves a...
I don't think he's listening.
Oh,
but
that deserves a... There you go, Arnie.
But like, yeah, that's just so random, but it was... because we were on the phone last night, and I don't know how that came up, but we were talking about it, and then he was like, well, I just think it's like an American thing, like, or like a United States person
I can see that.
thing.
I can definitely see that.
But then, because I was like, okay, and Clarice was downstairs, and I was like, Clarice, call your mom right now and ask her, because Clarice's mom is not from the United States.
No.
Or her
Oh, yeah,
parents
let's ask my dad. Ask my dad, because my dad's from Chile.
Exactly.
Dad.
Ricardo, if you're listening, Mr. Acuna, if you're listening, how many continents do you say that there are? I'm not saying there's a right or wrong answer, but I'm saying the right answer is 7. Anyway, tangent. But I think, speaking of Clarice, I feel like Clarice would be a good Amazing Race partner.
Oh, she would be.
Clarice is very active. She's very, like, she's just very, like, matter of fact. Like, she gets what she wants. Like,
I feel like Sydney,
you know,
too.
Sydney also.
Sydney
Sydney though, she's got, like, ankle injuries. Like, I don't know.
I thought you were about to get, like, really, like, Sydney, I can't work with her. And I was like,
oh, no. Sydney would be a great person to work with because she's very strategic and, like, very methodical. But from
she'd be good
her
at puzzles, I feel like.
Yeah, because she's so smart. Both her and Clarice, like, very smart. But the thing about Sydney is, from her horse riding days, I don't know if she would be able to, like, run. You know?
Because you need to run a lot.
Yeah, you gotta run.
Who would I mean, besides my dad, who else would I do? I want to say Isabella, but I
was thinking, I was like...
me and Isabella...
I feel like that would at least be funny. Like...
I could see Isabella. It's like, I just be like, we just, like, be standing there, like, reading the clue and be like, I don't know how to read this.
Yeah, like... Yeah, I feel like if they ever had, like, a trio season, like, all of us...
we just read one thing. Like,
we would read it and we'd be like, what? Just so
lost.
stupid. Like,
oh, my dad messaged.
What does he say?
Oh,
He better say 7. I'm gonna be pissed. What'd he say?
Dad!
What'd he say? What'd he say?
He said 5!
Okay, well, that was also up for debate with 5. Well, okay, what does he count as the 5, though?
Yes, Dad, please explain. What do you count as the 5?
Because then when we were debating, Arnie, like, looked it up, and he found an article that was like, are there 5 or 7 continents? And I was like, what's the 5? I think maybe, like, Eurasia, like, counting Europe and Asia as one. Maybe that's it. Anyway, that's literally not relevant at all. But now I want to go on The Amazing Race.
I love The Amazing Race. Like,
it's so fun. And it's so interesting. Like, you actually learn so much about different cultures.
Yeah, it's like...
that you would never learn.
It just sucks that you can't, like... Because, of course, like, in most reality TV shows, you can't, like, bring your phone or, like, social... So you can't really take any pictures.
That's so true. Maybe you could bring, like, a disposable... Or not a
That's what I said.
Like,
literally,
a digital camera.
I was thinking that. I'm like, oh, I would bring, like... If I had to do a
Probably
luxury
could.
item, I would do a disposable, like...
You know what would stress me out so much? Like, apart from all of the obvious stuff that would stress you out, like all the challenges and whatever, when you have to go to the airport and figuring that out, like, I remember when I would watch it, that would stress me out. Because airports, I've gotten better, but, like, when I started traveling alone, airports would stress me out so much. Just the concept of, like, so many things could go wrong. And just in that situation, and especially when you don't know the language or, like, blah, blah, blah. That's also why I would go with Clarice. She knows Spanish pretty well. She knows Tagalog if we go to the Philippines. I just feel like she's very worldly. Like, I feel like I just know French. Like, what is that going to do for me?
My dad said 5 to 7.
That's not the question.
Depends on the time of day.
Depends on my mood.
Depends on my mood.
Anyway, 7 is the right answer. But whatever. If you have any comments on that debate, please
call
chime
us
in.
714-516-6187.
It's become a big debate.
No, I just can't get over, like, thinking about Isabella and I on The Amazing Race.
I would pay money to watch that.
Speaking of, y'all, we needed to... Sorry, we're going on a lot of tangents today, but it makes me... Literally, I texted Hunter at, like, 2 p.m. I'm like, what do you want to talk about for our radio show? She's like, I don't know. She's like, I don't know, I guess. She's like,
no.
She's like, I don't know, what do you want to do? And I was like, oh, can we talk about reality TV? Sure, down. But now it's just like, we just talk.
Yeah.
I feel like the show's come to this. Like, we used to be so, like...
We used to plan
so much, and then now it's like
make
hours
notes.
before the show, we'll be like, what do you want to talk about?
Honestly, though, I feel like sometimes it's better this way. You just let the conversation flow.
Yeah, we only have 4 minutes of the episode left, too. Which is, like, scary.
I mean, if you have any comments and you want to call in, the number is...
714-516-6187. About
We'd
reality
love to
TV.
hear from you. About anything we've talked about. Continents? What are
Yeah.
your thoughts?
Yeah. No, I wanted to say, like, so we had our last class of screen violence, and the funniest thing happened.
Oh,
in that class. I was literally, Isabella and I were talking about it after class today with like Ryan and Dylan, even though they're also in that class, and we're just crying laughing, or I was crying laughing still. So what happened, I should tell part of it, and Hunter can also tell part of it.
Okay.
But basically what happened, so we're watching a clip from The Dark Knight, and it's the scene, if you've seen the movie, is like the Joker comes into like a dinner party and saying like, you want to know how I got these scars? And
That was a pretty good
oh yeah, Hunter's never seen this movie, so she was really
so like
into
big
it.
spoiler alert. Yeah, I was really into it. I was very excited.
Yeah, and then and it's like really like intense. Like Joker has like I forgot her name, but like the woman character,
Maggie
like,
Gyllenhaal.
Maggie Gyllenhaal, like just about to like with a knife to her like cheek and stuff, and he's like, you want to see these? Like, want to know how I got these scars? And then and then and the Batman just comes. He's like, or like I think his like the line like Maggie, like Gyllenhaal like kicks the Joker, and he's like, oh, I like you, you're feisty, and then Batman's like, well, you're gonna love me, and then
he goes to like punch him in the face or something, and literally right when he did that, the sound was like too much, I guess, for the projector or whatever to take, and the bass boosted, and it didn't stop for like 5 minutes.
It basically is like, you're gonna love me,
Boom.
oh my god. Sorry, we got a call. Holy shit.
We have a call for the last 2 minutes.
Hello?
I know who it is.
Okay, let me get you on.
Let me get you on.
Can we hear her? Oh wait.
Hello.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
The last minute of the show.
I am Hannah.
What's up, Hannah?
I am Hunter's friend. And
Camp
I
friends.
thought I'd call in. I know I texted you this, but I can bring it back.
Yes.
I really have started to enjoy watching The Bachelorette or The Bachelor, but I prefer The Bachelorette because I feel like it's a very interesting, first of all, view of masculinity. But I mostly watch it to make fun of them. And what I realized when I started to watch it was that, like, the way that they edit it is also very much marketed to the people that watch it to make fun of it. Because I don't know, it's, like, very self-aware of itself, reality TV, and I think that's incredibly smart.
That is a really good point, actually. Like, the editing of reality TV is crazy.
Yeah, some people will be, like, mad at their edits.
Yeah, because, like, you know, the edits are so powerful in like, how they make the characters, because it's like you want to see characters, but you're so right with The Bachelor and like Bachelorette and all that, like they're so self-aware.
Yeah.
And like
and I guess that's true. Like that's like a stressful thing about like going on reality TV is like they could very easily like villainize you, like, and you have no control over that.
But what if I want that?
I know, I was gonna say, then like a lot of people want that.
Like I think one person on Survivor was like, I wish I got more of a villain edit.
Yeah because then
a
lot of people like remember you more if you're a villain, and then you get more like famous or whatever.
Very true.
That's true.
Well, Hannah, thank you for calling in.
Yes, Hannah, we do. Our show is about to end, so
so thank you for
perfect.
for seeing us out.
Yes, thank you so much.
Oh my god, yeah, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Oh my
thank
god,
you for calling.
I love you.
I love you too. Oh my god. Okay, I'll let you guys end it. Okay.
Bye. Thank you, Hannah, for calling in. Also, text me, how many continents do you think there are?
My dad sent me a picture.
Oh god.
My dad said, Wikipedia, there is 7. And he sent me a picture.
I think Arnie sent me like that exact same photo, but somehow there were like 6 or something. I don't know.
Anyway, but
that's a topic for another day.
That includes our show. Again, I don't know what's up with Chapman Radio. I mean, I don't mind it, but like we don't get a countdown anymore. Usually it's like we have to like be really quick and be like, okay, hurry up. Be like, we have 10 seconds and then they're gonna like do top of the hour. But anyway,
thank y'all for listening.
Thank you for listening. Hunter's
what?
Your birthday.
Yeah, this time next week it will be my birthday.
So birthday special next week?
Yeah, make sure. I mean, I hope so. If this is going to be open, do you think it will?
We have we have card access. I don't see why not.
You're so right. You're so right, bestie. So yeah, if you want to tune into the B-Day special,
we're gonna have a party in here. I'm just kidding. like not like
Yeah,
an
we're
actual
throwing a big party.
but like a
It's gonna be
party.
crazy.
Cutesy party. Hee hee hee.
But yeah, thank you all for listening. Be sure to check us out on Instagram at FilmStudGirls.
Yeah, award-winning
Radio show.
radio show.
And we love you all.
Yeah, award-winning radio show. I wish I would have done that.
Yes.
Anyway,
All right.
okay. Good night, everybody. Have a good
Sweet, sweet dreams, everyone.
sweet dreams. Good night.